Hello and welcome to my diary of fatherhood. I am Joseph Oche, your partner in intentional parenting. Thanks for stopping by. My journal today is titled, Dad, Are We Financially Unstable? As we were putting away our tools after working on our backyard, John said, Dad, I'd like to ask you a question. Sure, I said. Then he said, Please, I don't mean this to be offensive, but I don't know another way of asking it. I smiled reassuringly and said, It's okay. It's a question, and I won't be offended. Then he asked, Are we financially unstable? The reason I ask is that I noticed that of late, when we are in the store and I say something is just $2 or $3 more, Mom would freak out. And I get it, the times are hard and things are getting more expensive. But I just wanted to know if we are financially stable or not. First of all, I said, that was not an offensive question at all. It shows that you are sensitive to what is happening around you, and that is good. And I am glad that you asked. Thank you. He smiled in acknowledgement and added, Also, you have been sounding like your job is not paying you enough. And so I said, okay, there is a lot that I can tell you, but first of all, to answer your question directly, no, we are not financially unstable. We can meet our financial needs. About my job, I am sorry if I sounded like I was complaining about not making enough money to provide for us. What I mean is that my responsibilities are increasing and I need to increase my income. That's why I'm doing the extra stuff that I'm doing. And it's okay to want more money as long as it's not consuming you. See, a lot of good things can happen when good people have more money. See, we laughed, then I continued. See, about Mom, she is a prudent person. She is more of a saver, while I am more of a spender. But because she's a saver doesn't mean she has to operate out of fear. And because I am a spender doesn't mean I have to be reckless with money. Neither is better. That's how we balance each other. So John said, I understand. I remember our conversation during our summer vacation in San Diego, and you said to enjoy memories like this, money must be spent. Yes, I remember, I said in reply. But we have to budget for our spending. We shouldn't just spend money without planning. I believe that is what Mom is trying to communicate to you when you ask for something more than we planned for. Then he said, I get it. Also, I remember how I didn't get any new shoes after I got those shoes last year. And so I said, yeah, I hope you learned from that experience. The original budget could have gotten you 2 very good shoes, but you used it for 1 pair. I remember that it was 20% above the budget. Mom even refused, but I made it up and told you that that will be it. and you have to substitute it with your old shoes. See, The 2 pairs of shoes I bought in San Diego didn't cost up to 50% of your budget for last year. And they are decent shoes, although they may not be your style. The price tags are still on them and you can check them out. See, what I'd like you to remember from this conversation is you don't have to spend all your money just because you have it. Develop the thinking of, how can I multiply this money? That's how wealthy people reason. They plan before spending. And even the government, the richest organization, budgets. I am still learning that, and I would like you to learn how wealthy people behave with money. Do you know a simple reason why? And he said, no. See, I said, no one has enough money. That's why even the wealthiest people still work to make money. In economics, it is taught that resources are scarce, so we have to prioritize and spend money on what is most important and forgo what is not. Have you been taught opportunity cost yet? And he said no. And so I said, okay, let's Google it. Search it on your phone. He did, and we read it. And I said, see, it is an economic principle. I didn't write that. We use it all the time. Do you remember any time that you used it? And he said, no. And so I said, remember during your freshman back to school shopping, when you were trying hard to decide whether to get a pair of black or red shoes as your second pair before I eventually offered to buy you both of them? And he said, yeah. I said, that was opportunity cost you were practicing, because the budget was for an additional pair of shoes, not for 2. He began to gently nod continuously, and I asked, do you get it? And he said, yes, and he kept nodding. And so I said, I wondered why you didn't find any shoe you like after visiting so many stores, and hoped you would not make a similar decision like last year. And John said, oh yeah, I found the shoes I like. It's on Amazon and it's within the budget. I'd like you to see it. Okay, I said. He showed it to me. I smiled and said, it looks good. I'm glad you found what you want within your budget. He smiled back and said, thanks. And finally, I smiled again and said, to answer your question again, no, we are not financially unstable. That's why we could send you to the Bahamas on a high adventure trip, but we budgeted for it. I don't know if I answered your questions. And he said, you did. So I said, good. Any other questions? And he said, nope. Friends, and that ends our financial literacy session for today. See, friends, I like it when my children ask me unsettling questions. I may not always have an answer or the correct answer to their questions, but the important thing is that we are engaging each other from the bottom of our hearts. And with that, I'm going to wrap things up for today. Thank you for listening. If you are yet to subscribe, please be sure to do so and you will receive notifications of current posts. If you are listening on other platforms apart from my Diary of Fatherhood website, the link to the blog post is in the description section of the platform. Friends, This is not meant to be a monologue but a dialogue. Please feel free to comment, like, and share as we continue to have engaging discussions about parenting from diverse perspectives. Again, I am Joseph, your partner in intentional parenting. And until the next episode, it's goodbye for now.